Hello, Starbright Kush. Can you hear me? All right, perfect. This is my first live, so I just was making sure. I was gonna wait for a little bit more people to come in. Am I talking really, really loud? All right, we'll just wait for a little bit longer for a couple more people, then I'll get going. And tell me if you guys can hear this. I'm gonna share my screen to show you what I was gonna show. You can hear that, okay? You can hear the video? You guys can hear that or no? Can you guys hear that? So their voices sound funny though. Better move it back from the speakers a little. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. How's that? All right, so you guys can hear that the video is much better. I'm waiting for a response here, and then I'll get into what I'm gonna do here. The video is too low. Should I turn up the volume more on the video? I can turn it up more. I just don't want it to give feedback. We'll try it again. Is that better? Is the video better or worse? Yes, please. No, no. Um, is that working? The sound went back to gargled. Um, let's see something here.
The blue one, I think. Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna check this out real quick. Hold on here 1 second. All right, we're gonna check this out real quick. Hold. Awesome. Okay, so it sounds better here at the end. Give me 1 second here. Let's play it again, see if it works. Does that sound better? All right, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Starbright Kush, you can hear it. It sounds okay or it's bad. I don't know if people can hear me. Um, oh boy, great experience, right? It's not supposed to be a robot, so I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I can try something else here real quick. Um, hold on here 1 second. I'm going to try something else. Can you guys still hear me? True crime commentary. I feel your pain. See if that works. Is that better? Like you guys can hear it or no? Now crank it. All right, now crank it. That's what we'll do. You know what? We're just going to cut to the chase here. I'm going to go to the real stuff. So this is the interview room here. I was going to go back and lead into Candace and then what Don said, and then into the red car scenario. But I'm just going to cut to the chase to get this over with. My microphone obviously is not working correctly. Turn your mic off and try it, maybe. You guys can hear me talking though, because I'll just cut to the chase here. True crime commentary. I'm going to your video now. Hold on here 1 second while I bring it up. I'm just going to cut to the chase, get my point out here, and we will go from there. True crime commentaries, newest video, or one of the newest videos. I will show you it. I don't like it like that. No. So we're going to this one. Let's pause this. So we need to go to, let's see here, 27 minutes. Just to put this into perspective, a lot of you already watched this. A lot of you already know.
So, speaking for of course, the road itself, any things that happen maybe in the summer through the year. We're a little crazy for all this because everything's been advertised. Any of this stuff was watching. It was like a perfect storm was creating a place where perfect storms can never happen. Because for the most part, this is a place you can anything plus everybody. This is one place you stop in. This is one place that, and this is a place you don't know, stop in anything, you don't stop it.
I just want you guys to know this lady was great that she came out and spoke. It kind of tied some pieces together for me. The more people that are like her, the better it is going to be for summer. And people need to realize that. I'm just going to point out a couple things here that I found interesting. And then I've been combing this case since the beginning. I have watched a lot of different creators, and something really interesting. I tied it all together. I spent all day finding this piece of information. There's a couple different scenarios of this red car that she is going to point out, and how Don comes home into his vehicle, and maybe why he took the red car, or it could be something completely different. So we can discuss it afterwards. The point I was making here is nobody enters and exits that holler without them knowing. They know everybody that goes in and out of there. That's the point here, and you would be probably pretty scared to enter that holler. So we're gonna jump ahead here to where she actually sees the car, 134. Just press stop screen sharing. Click the little audio box and then pick the window. Um, um, hold on here 1 second. Let me see if I can fix this. Tiffany, you're the best.
That I saw or heard until there was a point in there during the day, and it was after the tree cutters had stopped sawing, the clearers, whatever you want to call them. So somewhere around 3, they cut out, and at some point after that, I heard a car door slam. It was something like a road that kind of faces the right of way that also cuts through this property too.
You guys can hear the video now. So I just want to show you the part where the red car comes into play here, and then we'll go back to somebody else's video here in a minute.
That splits this one in parts and goes back. There's another road that faces it that's named Simpson. Not to be confused with another one across the main road. So I hear what I feel like is a car door coming from that. Now that hit me as odd. And I think we go out at that point and look around, didn't see anything. And we end up going back in. But somewhere in that point, I had asked for help at one point. Making sure I was right on this. Without being late or anything. But we heard a car door. Just one. Never heard an engine or a car leave, even though it was quiet. We walked the bank for quite a few minutes. And it looked like one of the survey lines was down to me. So I asked him to see if somebody cut it, see what's going on. It looked like the tires down in the parking space I referred to earlier had been moved to me at the angle I was at. And my oldest was nice enough to walk that survey line. There was a branch on it. And he removed it, the survey line come back up. And then he went a little further down and was to the right and looked, and the tires had been moved. And while he was doing that, while we were on the bank, there was a car that went up Candace's driveway. Now, the angle I was at and where he was at, I still don't know why I asked. I know that something was wrong with it, is the reason I asked him. Because had there not been, I wouldn't have asked at all. It was something about the color, the rotation and the way it hit the driveway, because I know the sounds and stuff of Candace's cars as they go in and out, and Donnie's, and who y'all call Granny's. I know the sounds of their vehicles and the way the tires spin, and I can tell you without looking which one it is, going up or down, even when I'm inside the house or the cabin. The new Subaru, anyway, for some reason in my head, there was a flash of red going up the driveway that was wrong. It wasn't shiny, it didn't have gloss, it wasn't bright. And the way the traction switched over for the Subaru was entirely different than whatever this was that day. The Subaru does, at that point, a 2.5 thing before it transfers over to whatever it picks up and then finally goes up. This didn't do that, and it also never completed the loop for their driveway, to pull in at the top, towards where Grandis's camper was. And it was almost like it stopped the basement door, which is also not where most of you all keep marking. It is not where half of, or 75% of the internet seems to think it is. So anyway, it is facing this property, and it is not very far up from the roadway. And I can tell you that full-size Dodge truck that Baltimore had, that's 4-wheel drive, that you can pull up in front of the basement, and they can't hear you inside the house. There's just something about the way the basement and the hill shaped on the curves. Most of the time they can't even hear you if you're outside there. And the way the sounds on these properties work, they're all different and they all pick up different things. So, something about the sound and the flash of red were wrong to me. The flash, as I recall in my head, wasn't glossy like that Subaru should have been. It wasn't new. It didn't have the clear coat. Something was wrong.
So, the flash of the red vehicle that pulled into their driveway, something was wrong with it. According to her earlier in her stuff, nobody comes in or out without you knowing who they are into that holler. So, a red car, is it a red truck? We don't know. But we'll continue listening. I will show you why this is very important based on a previous interview that Don did.
And it's the reason I asked my oldest, who was that? And I think his statement not long ago, and I may let them speak for themselves if they want, maybe, but not visually. Not sure about that yet. We'll discuss it as a family unit before that happens, if it happens. But they did consent not long ago to other PIs and things, interviewed on tape and things to be used if, and we've all been interviewed a bazillion times since day one, minute one, so either way, by every agency you could ever name on earth, trust me. Now, and I believe what my oldest had told was that you know, he just seen red and assumed, so he went with, oh, it's the neighbors. And I took like, well, okay, but I didn't think much about it, right? You know. Anyway, there was, we go back inside at some point, and one of the points from looking at and being outside, for all these different moments. And the reason I know the time is because I was messaging back and forth with Voldemort. And around 4:52, I believe, I have to look back at the messages. And lately, I've not looked at those messages just because of other things going on with, like I said, our situation. And it's just, but I believe the time Voldemort had messaged, asked what I was doing or something. And it was like 4:52. So somewhere around 4:42, I think has been my estimation since the get to, and it could have been as early as 4:30, but it was somewhere between 4:30 and 4:42 for sure, because I know we were out on the bank for a little bit trying to figure out what this was. So somewhere between 4:30 and 4:42, the children and I were sitting there being pretty loud, laughing, carrying on. I mean, and when I say loud, we're pretty loud. However, the cabin was quiet, TV running, no air, no fans, and this scream happens. This noise I originally tried to dismiss as, but it was so different and so wrong that it immediately hits me in the gut as not right. And it shuts all three of us down cold mid-sentence. It was that strange. And, I mean, as someone who's grown up in the woods and with critters of all kinds, like, if you want to meet Ellie Mae, I'm it. This wasn't, but I tried. It was so strange that I immediately tried to dismiss it as something else, including a dog, even though I knew better. Because, and what I thought was, okay, well, we heard the car door, right? The one. And even though by this point the woodcutter's been gone for hours, should not have been there. In my head, trying to dismiss this, I was like, okay, so one of Candace's dogs has gotten too close to where a woodcutter was, and they've kicked it. But I knew the sound was wrong for a dog, and I knew it didn't make sense because there'd be no reason there'd be a straggler in there that long for the woodcutters, right? Whatever you want to call them. But I was like, well, you know, and my.
All right, so that's the important part of her message here is that red car had pulled into their driveway. She's stating that it is not the red Subaru because it's not glossy enough to be. Real strange. One door opened. I am now going to take us to an interview that Don did. Give me 1 second here. I'll pull up the interview. This is from J is for Justice. Early on when Don was still talking. I found this very interesting. I had come across this a while ago. I just was waiting for somebody that was close to the family or somebody that was in the family to say that there was an actual red car there. They said it was a vehicle of interest before, but it really wasn't there. Give me 1 second here. So this is going to be at 7. Pause that real quick. So this is J is for Justice. The video is the Don Tapes Volume 1. I believe this is where it is. If it's not, then it's on the other one. 741. All right, we're going to play this.
They passed a yellow car with 4 doors just flying the other way, but he couldn't turn around for some because he was on this certain call. So I'm like, well, you don't think it's fine. So she's probably been on.
It was a yellow car?
Yeah, 4-door yellow car. I think that's.
Hold on, that's the other video. Hold on 1 second. Volume 2 here. So this is very interesting about the red car. 7:40. We'll just go there. All right.
That's the thing. I was looking at some of them abductions on YouTube, and it's crazy. They're still right from under the mother's nose. You know,
Yeah, you gotta have your eyes on all the time, and it's so hard. It really is.
We never have a problem like that.
Well, no, you wouldn't think that, especially living out in the country. That's your least worry, you know.
Somebody used to, when I come pulling up the driveway, she'd run down the hill and she'd run beside the car until I got up there, and she'd say,
man.
"Did you bring the candy?"
Yeah, like nothing's the same.
Every day, you know, it's nose. You know,
Yeah, you gotta have your eyes on all the time, and it's so hard. It really is.
We never have a problem like that.
Well, no, you wouldn't think that, especially living out in the country. That's your least worry, you know.
Somebody used to, when I come pulling up the driveway, she'd run down the hill and she'd run beside the car until I got up there, and she'd say,
man.
"Did you bring me candy?"
Yeah, like nothing's the same.
Every day, you know, it's killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys hear that correctly? So every day when Don comes home, Summer comes running down the driveway to meet him and ask for a piece of candy. So if somebody in a red vehicle pulled into that driveway that day, she may have thought it was her father. And that very well could have easily had gotten her off of that property. I had discovered this a while ago where he said that she came running down the driveway all the time. And then when the neighbor came on, I was trying to put two and two together, whether it was a planned thing or whether it wasn't. Still, somebody was in that driveway, and if they're in a red vehicle and she knew that Dad had the Subaru that day, very likely that she could have went running down that driveway. Even if they parked at the end of the driveway there, she could have still been down there. Anybody's thoughts on that? That's what I wanted to show. I think it kind of ties things together. It's just a hunch that I have. I also noticed in this picture, and I don't know when this was from, but the canoe is down on the ground. It was up against the wall, and I think it's no longer on their property. But very interesting little piece of information there. I don't know if you guys can hear me still. I guess I might have frozen. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you guys can hear me? So I guess that was the bit of information that I wanted to put out is that he claims that Summer runs down that driveway every single day for a piece of candy. If there's a red car that pulled into the driveway, she could have thought it was him because he took the Subaru that day. Or whether it was planned, I don't know. But what a coincidence. I don't know if the neighbor lady, the more she talks, the more we're going to learn. I don't think Don's going to talk anymore, to be honest. It would be nice if he did, but I guess we'll have to see. All right, and we'll conclude that here because I can't see chat or anything. I sound good, Trixie says. That is fabulous. Oh, I did want to mention the reward fund. I feel it's very important for people to go ahead and send money to the reward fund. We need to figure out an easier way to get money there than sending a check or cash in the mail. I think I don't know, something's got to give there, or you can give some private donors or something, because money's going to talk with the type of people that live in this area that are heavily involved in whatever business that they're involved in. I think that plays a big part. I'm all for the reward fund. I don't like that the fact that they don't give more updates, but I think it's our responsibility to kind of push to get them to give more updates. Maybe there's not a lot of activity with the reward fund, and that very well could be. These people in Eastern Tennessee seem kind of private. They don't like a lot of people all in their business. I grew up on a farm. I know how it is. We don't like people all up in our business either. The other thing is, I had posted a video, a tribute video to Summer. I had taken somebody's the date for the visual. It is wrong in my video, and that came from another YouTuber on YouTube, and I also saw it in several Facebook groups. The date on there says October 14th. I'm gonna go in and see if I can edit it out of the video and put it back in to where it's the 15th. And I also want to mention, if you guys hadn't seen Chase 423 today, go to his page, like his video. He got a PO box today. I don't know exactly what it is. I'd imagine Trixie Star has it. I will try to get his PO box put into the description here. If you guys want to send something for the visual to go up at the tree there, he is taking stuff in at the PO box. And I think that's about all that I got. I will be covering some other cases here coming up. I won't forget about Summer, but with people not talking and things not going on, Summer's going to lose traction. So my goal is every day to do some type of video that has to do with her, even if I carry another case. That means that day I'll do 2 videos. But you have to keep her in the spotlight here. Don and Candace have shut their mouth. I read somewhere today that they're trying to, the last 2 days, I heard it or read it or something, that they're trying to get clean to get their boys back. All respect to them, they need to get their boys back. I don't know how people feel about that. I don't care. If you've ever been put in a foster situation, sometimes it's not always a good position that you're in. So if they're willing to straighten themselves out and go the extra mile there to get their kids back, that is very good. I think them not talking to the media after how much they were talking might be a very well good thing. We just can't let Summer be lost. Any questions that anybody has regarding other stuff in this case? I've watched endlessly videos. I kind of listen to them in my ear 24/7 while I'm working and doing my own business and stuff. So I have a wealth of knowledge and kind of know where to pull the info from. Hopefully she'll be found soon. I think if we can get the reward fund up, it might help to get people to talk, especially in that area. One person came out, which being a neighbor, she had to separate herself from everybody else in order to do so. I have a feeling that we will start seeing more people do that as we make this more known. People are going to run, people are going to hide. Stuff's going to get very quiet, especially after the premiere that John Walsh is doing. I believe that's tomorrow night. It's coming into full circle, being national news. We just need to keep pushing forward. Thank you guys all for being here. And if nobody has any questions, I think I will end that there. And then I'll go back in and edit out the beginning part, because this is probably the most horrible live I've done. Maybe I'll redo it or something on the thing. But thank you guys all for watching. I don't even know how to end it. So all right, not yet. As 50-50, the kids could be better where they are or are better off with their parents, but thank you for caring for them as well. It's important as they're growing up. We don't know the situation that the kids are in. I mean, I've had friends that have grown up in the foster system, and some of them have been in horrible homes, and some have been in great homes. So at the best, sometimes it's better for them to be with the parents, but if parents can't clean up their act, I don't think Child Protective Services is going to let them live the way that they were living. So I have a feeling that they're going to be checking in more on these people. Yes, the summer petition for Geez, I drew a blank. We all need to sign Summer's petition to get national news. I think it'll go a long ways. There's a Facebook group out there with 60,000 followers in it for Summer Wells. It's lost traction because if you throw that petition in there, you'd think that almost 60,000 people would sign up in a minute. I threw it, somebody else threw it in there. I don't know, maybe 5-6 people. 5-6 people maybe signed it in that group of 60,000 people. That's why it's very important for us to bring up little tidbits about different videos and keeping her presence there and sharing in that 60,000 Facebook page. Those people will come back. We just have to keep pushing to them. True crime commentary. I'm back. I was convincing my husband to let me go to Summer's visual, but he's looking up COVID cases in the area around there. COVID's a real thing. I've had friends that one of my friends passed away last night. He was 52 years old. I used to play softball with him. Just out of the blue, he had an illness, and his family he kind of kept to himself. His family put on Facebook that he had passed away. Talked with a few more people, and I guess it was COVID. I hadn't talked to him in a little while. So COVID is real. Let's see here. What else? The other thing is pushing that petition. I don't have my subscribers up. A lot of times you're going to see me do shorts. That's kind of my way of doing the community page. So hopefully I can get the community page up. Yes, I would love to send everyone to Scott. So anybody that's in here, I love listening to Scott. I am going to pop over there myself. We'll end this here. First live. Had to work out some bugs. I got the hang of it thanks to Tiffany Marie. Check out her page. I think you guys are all in there anyways. We will head over to Scott's now. Trixie, put the link in there so I can click on it and go over there. Yeah, do a raid from Leavid. Thank you all.